What up, world? It's your boy Chuck Wick Ill, aka Charles Brown, back again with another what? Another review. This time we're gonna talk about your boy J. Cole, Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers 3. Now I don't know if y'all know, but that album just dropped. The world went nuts. Album went #1. Everybody's talking about it. I only knew about 3 Dreamville artists. I didn't know who was on Dreamville, J. Cole's label. I know Bass was on there. JID was on there and J. Cole. I didn't know nobody else. I just learned about Earth Gang and all these people that's rocking on this CD. Yeah, man, I was new to the whole team. I've been hearing for like the past year about the Dreamville label, J. Cole doing this, J. Cole doing that with the label, and pretty much I didn't know what the label consisted of. I just wished them well, you know what I'm saying? I know this dude trying to do his thing with hip hop and trying to make, you know what I'm saying, just make quality music. Every time he drop, he got the #1 album, #1 song, video or no video. I don't know how he does it every time, because it seems like he not making commercial stuff no more, which is dope for a true fan, but for a label or a conditioned mind like mine, it's hard for us to understand how you can have such success without commercial success. Like we grew up in an era where if you was popping, you was on the radio, your video was on all day, you was doing interviews everywhere, you had to be on Soul Train, all, you know what I'm saying, you had to be on everything. And I don't know how this dude consistently does it. But we're in a different era right now. Like the era we in right now, you don't have to be doing all that. These fans are finding you. They find a kid throw a song up on SoundCloud, they find him, start rocking his music, saying his lyrics, all this stuff. So we're in a different zone. Like, yeah, back then we found people that wasn't on the radio, but the word of mouth didn't travel as fast. Like we found a dope single. We go to the record store, you find a dope single. Like the records, like the 12-inch singles, they normally didn't have a picture on them. Like a lot of them didn't. I mean, the bigger artists or the bigger labels will have a picture on them, but some of them 12 inches ain't had no picture, just had the name. And we had to figure it out, like if it was dope or not, just based on the name of the artist. Then they started putting pictures on them, and then they started doing cassette singles. When cassette singles came out, that was like the biggest thing in the world. Because before that, you had to buy the whole record. You had to buy the whole CD. Then they started making singles, CD singles. CD singles was new at one point too. You understand how crazy this? At one point, that was the height of technology. A CD single. You was paying top dollar. You were paying for a CD single what you paying for a regular CD right now. Facts. So technology has changed. Time has changed. People have gotten much more creative with how they getting this music, and they getting it out to us. When your boy Steve Jobs dropped that iPod, that was the end of the game. Before that, you had to have all your music. You had a Walkman or a CD Walkman, a disc player. Had to walk around with that with your headphones on. Other than that, that's the best you can do. Came out with the iPod, the game changed, and all it did was make it more competitive. It made it easier to have material, and it made it more competitive to put it out, because you can put it out much easier. Throw it on the MP3. It took them a while to get digital, you know, how to do digital and how it was going to work, but it worked, and this is where we are. Now they're releasing stuff every day. Like at some point, I was counting, like, right now, you got 9-10 albums dropping on the same day. Imagine every week. And I'm talking about names, like not under, I'm talking about name people dropping. It's so many people, so many labels, there's so many indies. It's crazy. So these kids somehow, they find a way to dig through the dirt, and they figure out how to maneuver this stuff and pick who they want, and Cole is who they want. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Cole is who they want. Revenge of the Dreamers 3. They was teasing this, and I'm always worried. You know what I'm saying? When I see stuff that got a lot of hype, I'm always worried, because I'm like just another shoe to drop type of dude. You know what I'm saying? So I was worrying about the next shoe to drop, if it was going to drop and it wasn't going to be good. Because all these MCs on one project, it ain't always that good. You know what I'm saying? But This is a good album. This is a good album. A compilation. This is like a compilation. It's like you threw a bunch of MCs and you just picked through it and you figured out what worked, what didn't. And a lot of dudes just having fun in the studio. But they all, I'm going to say this, they all came with bars. They all wanted this. They all was hungry for this. I'm losing my light out here, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it simple and sweet. This time I'm not going to be taking up all your day with all this backstory about J. Cole and all that. We did all that. So I'm about to do the album review. I'm going song for song. I'm naming the producers and everything. I'm not going to really be naming the artists on the song as much because it's just so many rappers. It switches so much. We're going to talk a little bit about each artist, but it's not going to be consistent. All right? So here we go. Dreamville. Revenge of the Dreamers 3. Track 1. Under the Sun. Produced by Christo, Nice Rec, and Plus. I hope I said that right. Starts off good. It's a soulful sound, bass kick heavy along with electric hand claps with dope R&B samples chopped up, repetitive vocal sample. They switch them up, they go back and forth. It has a backpack feel to it, that real rap sound. J. Cole starts it off. This starts off the whole album. He the first rapper on it, and he sets the tone. It's dope. Loot and the Baby, the Loot and the Baby. You know, the dude that killed somebody in Walmart and fist fight, punch in the face, that guy. He surprised me because I never heard the dude rap. All I heard was dude punching people in the face and you know what I'm saying? Just wilding out here. But he seemed mad calm, and on here he got busy. To be honest with you, I didn't know the dude could spit. A lot of times when the dude get a lot of hype, he can't really spit. But dude did his thing. The hook sound like that's Kendrick. It sounds like Kendrick on the hook. It's not in the credit, but it sounds like Kendrick on the hook. I could be wrong. Y'all can tell me if it's Kendrick or not. I don't know. But it sound like your boy. And I had to listen to this twice to rock with that hook. It threw me off the first time. I had to listen to it twice. I listened to it again. I'm like, yeah, this joint all right, it's knocking. And the memorable line that got me, like, oh snap, your boy said, I wish a nigga would like Liam Neeson. Right? When I first heard that, I didn't get it. I was like, Liam Neeson? He talking about Taken? That guy? Like, what's... But the dude Liam Neeson said when he was younger, when his friend got raped, he was walking around the city with a gun looking for black people to shoot them. So he said, I wish he would. He's looking for you like this guy. That was a hot line. That was a nice bar. It's stuff like that set this album apart from what we listening to lately. If it's out there if you want it, but these dudes are spitting. Track 2, Down Bad, produced by Plus. Fast-paced, chaotic tempo, low keys. They add to the bottom of the song. It has a Hank Shockley, Bomb Squad, Public Enemy feel. It has repetitive squeals and horns, just like what we used to hear from Hank Shockley when he did Ice Cube's album, Public Enemy album. He did a couple joints like that. It has an 80s undertone. It feels 80s to me. It ends mad abruptly, like most of the tracks on here, but it is what it is. That's the tone they set. The track will just drop, and you don't know why. It's very old school Miami, got a West Coast feel to it to me. This one again took me another listen to get to the hook. My grade went up on this after I heard it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I didn't just jump to the review and just kick it out there. I can't do that. I gotta listen to it more than once. The bars again are quality. Cole gets busy. He shined on it. This is a quality track. We got 2 songs in. I'm not gonna say every song is good on here, but a lot of songs are good. But my only critique of this album is, on first listen, it feels all over the place. It feels no identity. It's just a bunch of dudes rapping, just rap. It has no identity, which is whatever. And you know, when you go back and listen to it, it's not that all over the place as it seemed at first. It was like an old school beat, then a hard trap beat, then a backpack beat, then a slow beat, then an R&B beat, then a sexy beat. It was just, they were trying to do everything. And I understand the era we in is, these kids don't do like we used to listen to the whole album from beginning to end. I know some people still do that, but we used to listen to the whole album from beginning to end, and we would judge it based on that. These kids they'll find track 7, play track 7, that's it. They'll play track 9, they'll play track 4. They go by tracks. Dude would be like, you heard track 8? No, I ain't here. I heard the whole album. What you talking about? Which one is that? So I don't know about all that. But This album is made for those dudes, because when you're that kind of dude, you're just gonna skim through and find a joint you like, and you're gonna play those. And that's what this album is for. People that just gonna pick through. These albums ain't necessarily flowing no more like that. But now I digress. Next song. Number 3, Lambo Truck, produced by Carl Banks, featuring Childish Gambino and Reason. All right, it's a slow melodic tempo with a semi-jagged bass line held together by a flat kick and a wood block rim shot type of snare. It sampled a repeating horn, or it could be a sped up vocal. I'm not sure which one that sound is, but it sounds like something sped up. I must have missed the concept, because it sounds like these dudes is like going at Cole and they're going at TDE, and I guess it's a concept about when you don't get it, you're gonna go get it from whoever got it, and they name it Cole. They on this label. I don't know why they did that, but it's whatever. I'm not taking it literal, because I'm not that kind of guy that just take every word literal. I still don't understand the concept. I'm gonna have to listen to it again. Sound like, I mean, you know, sound like it could be a robbery track or whatever. But it's not a bad track. It's just not it's not for me. And I don't know, I guess Childish Gambino in there somewhere. I couldn't tell. Maybe he's rapping. I gotta hear it again. Next song, number 4, Swivel, produced by Bink. I think Bink out of DC. Shout out to Bink. It's my hometown. It's a deep bassline driven, a dark medley held together by a slow tempo, hypnotic keys, and organ sounds. It's a live bass guitar, and it sounds like it to me. It sounds like that. The beat pad sound like the beat pattern. It sounds like an old Tribe Called Quest song, like the boom, the dip, the boom, dip. If you go, I can't think of the name of that Tribe song, but it's the boom dip song. So yeah, I can't think of that Tribe song, but it's just lyrics are just street life issues, growing pains. Very, very listenable. Just pain music. It's very listenable. This is one of the better tracks if you just want to zone out. This is a nice zone. The engineering on this album is spectacular, superb. Nothing sounds muffled. All the tracks are mixed down perfectly. This is a very solid project, if you ask me. This is a fire track. Next song, number 5, Oh Wow, Swerve, produced by Business Boy, Keanu Beats, Hollywood JB, and Lil A. Cole starts the verse out with a retrospective type of verse over a bass heavy beat that flows under a wobbly keyboard structure. I'm not a big fan of the hook, I'll just say that, but the beat flows. It's a posse cut, which you can tell is 4 producers on and off the rip. You already can tell there's a lot going on. Bouncy bass drop, weird keys with a spacey feel underneath. The hook is off beat. It's different. You know what I'm saying? It's something you're gonna have to get used to if you wanna get used to it. There's mad heads rapping on it. It fades out in the middle of one dude's rap, like the end just fades out. Somebody just rapping and it just goes off. I'm not really feeling that, but they doing what they want. They being creative, and I'll give them that. You know what I'm saying? Next track, number 6, Don't Hit Me Right Now, produced by Galamadus. I hope I said that right, bro. This is where the album changes gears. The track is very smooth, chill, a Cadillac mood type of beat. Cool synths, cool keys, the background. The singing feels new school, very catchy hook and vocals. Nobody ruins this track. It sounds like some sexy grown-up music, laid back. It's a girl joint, but it works. It does not ruin the album. Like a lot of times these guys will try these girl joints. They don't work. They sound contrived. This sounds like it is made for this. Like I said, they're trying a lot of different things. Only 6 songs in and you're already doing a slow down girl joint. It's a choice that could be critiqued very harshly. But I'm fine with it. I don't have anything wrong with this song. I have no problems with it. It doesn't ruin the album. I'm not like looking for a rapidy rap all through the whole thing. So I think this song is dope. Like I said, these kids are gonna pick through. They're gonna go to track 6. It's gonna be some females that just go to 6, go to 10, go to 15. You know what I'm saying? They're not even gonna list all this other stuff. So, you know, for what they're trying to do, they're trying to hit every market. They're doing a good job at hitting every market. I'll tell you that. Next song, number 7, Wells Fargo Interlude, produced by Christo, E-Dan, and Nostalgic. It's a very fast, chaotic tempo with lyrics to match. Very loud to me, very hyper. A lot of yelling and screaming. The intro is funny. The song is kind of short to me. It does have a creative twist to it. It's like another, like, you know what I'm saying, robbery type of track. I don't think this song fits this album. I really don't. I think this is somebody else's song, and they stuck it on this album. I don't know if this is how these guys rap. I don't know which crew this is that put this together, but the way the album goes, this song does not fit the album. But again, it does, because they're doing a lot of improvising, a lot of skit type talking. They're dropping music and saying stuff, and you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. To some people, this is going to fit perfectly. I just didn't think it fit to me. Next song, number 8, Sleep Deprived, produced by Sensei Bueno, Jay Kurzweil, I hope I said that right, and Click and Press. This shifts gears again. This is very neo-soul, live instrumentation. You know I love live instrumentation, with extremely clever, like real-life lyrics, pain music, you know, just reality rap. The artists, they just wrote this beat perfectly. They made the musicians sound so much better, because they pour in their heart and soul into this, just playing these keys, and just this stuff comes from the heart, comes off the tip of your fingers when you're playing these instruments. And for these artists to do it such justice is amazing. I wish I knew who the female was, because I love her voice. I wish I knew more. But it is what it is. I'll find out someday. Somebody will tell me. The pianos are good. It's a good quality song. Next song, number 9, Self Love, produced by Archer. This is in the same vein as Sleep Deprived. It does not go way left of they back to back. They have the same feel. It's another neo soul live instrumentational track, if I'm not mistaken. Silky vocals by Ari Lennox. She's on more than one track on here too, but her vocals sound amazing on here. She sounds very dope. This is mesmerizing construction. It matches the great vocalist. All of them sound good on here. Very replayable. It's a dope track. It's a dope stand-up, grown-up type of song. Grown folk music, shirt and tie. It is what it is. So this is good. This is grown-up rap, 30 plus. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. Next song, number 10, Ladies, 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 featuring T.I., produced by Cal Banks. I'm trying to say his producer's name right. I hope I got it. J.I.D. is on here with T.I. J.I.D. is becoming one of them young people that's looking like he gets this craft. He understands what to do with this mic. It doesn't sound like someone still trying to find out how to rock these mics. This dude is nice. This dude is getting busy. He's doing what it needs to be done with this game. And I'm very looking forward to seeing what he does forward. And I'm going to go back and listen to his stuff, because I keep seeing J.I.D., this, that, and the third, but I haven't really heard much. I'm going to go back, take it upon myself, do some independent research, and I'm going to go back and listen to this dude's stuff and see if it holds up. The beat has a flat rim shot with a heavy flat bass kick and a complementary bass line. T.I. matched J.I.D.'s opening verses, his bars. He didn't feel forced. It was old meets young, and they came together. It did not sound like one ate the other. T.I. rode this thing right along with J.I.D. the same exact way. I mean, you could tell that, you know, the age difference or whatever, what the topics, what they're talking about. But it was a good track. I have no problem with this track. I think what they did with this was, I think it was purposely put these two. I don't know if it was forced. It didn't sound forced. Like T.I. was like, let me get on it anyway. It sounds like it was not forced, but it probably was. T.I. probably was forced on here, and they figured out where to put him because he wanted to be on it. But it doesn't take away from the song. Next song, number 11, Costa Rica, produced by Pyrex and Q Beats. Again, I hope I said it right. It's a quick triple snare with a rattlesnake type hi-hat, muted Spanish horns. It's very trap. It's probably one of the most trap songs on here. It's very new school, has a high-pitched hook. All the rappers keep the flow and the feel of the track from beginning to end. I don't know if it's good or bad that they all had the same flow all the way through, pretty much closely. They kept it like the same cadence, except for one dude, but the most part they kept the same cadence through the whole thing. But they had bars, a lot of bars. This is a trap song with a lot of bars. Those two things don't usually go together, but they somehow did it. They got some wild ass lines on some of this stuff they say on here is crazy, like nutbag shit. You're like, wow, you really said that shit, like crazy. But it sounds like they in a cipher and nobody wants to lose. They all want to get busy. They don't want to be the one that was whack. It sounds like they pushed each other, and I respect that. Next song, number 12, 1993, produced by Elite. Now this is like when you say ain't nothing, these rappers ain't doing it like they used to, da da da. 1993, this is what used to be. You understand? It's like a B-side cut, but this is what it used to be like. From real heads who used to put them hoodies on, put them boots on, go to shows, stand in the back and waiting for and checking out everybody on the mic and saying they was whack. This is for that dude. It's an old school muddy beat, a flat kick and flat snare over a Wu-Tang-ish type bass line. To me, it's chopped up. It's chopped up with a 90s undertone. The MCs, the concept is passing a blunt, like you're in the studio and you're just passing blunts for those that smoke or whatever. If you know what I'm saying? It sounds like everybody here smoke, but some people don't smoke. But it sounds like if you getting on the mic, da-da-da. But it's like if they pass you the blunt, you say the rhyme and then they take it from you. It's mad abrupt. So each person ends, they don't even end your verse. They just say, yo, pass it, blah, blah. It's creative. It's very creative. This is what you do when you have mad time, you have mad money, and you got mad dudes in the studio. You're going to get something like this where they're going to just do it and see if it works, and it becomes, you know what I'm saying, a track. And I respect what they're doing. It feels like when we used to go to Studio D, and we used to be, all of us didn't smoke because I wasn't smoking, and it really wasn't a lot of smoking in the studio area. You had to go in the other area and do all that, whatever. But I understand. We used to be deep up in there, everybody playing Mortal Kombat, we playing whatever, this and that and the third, and just wilding, playing Madden, and it is what it is. So this feels like that. It feels organic. It feels like what you really do. It feels like what really goes down in the studio. And I respect what they're doing. Like I said, this album is all over the place, but they never, ever lose focus of that real hip-hop feeling. When they come back to it, they come back to it right. Next song, Rembrandt, Running Back, featuring Vince Staples, produced by Christo and Cal Banks. Muffled bells and wobbly synths, constant tapping hi-hat with a slender rim snare. Bass kick is hard. The bass line is simple, but it doesn't overpower it. Vince comes in with the typical Vince Staples. He's just wild, like, you know what I'm saying? He's just out here. The song ends abruptly again. They couldn't have these songs just off, man. It's whatever. And it's okay. It's for whatever they want to do. This is one of the better songs. It's hard. If you're looking for edgy, you know what I'm saying, tough rap, this is what you got. This song is dope. Crystal did a lot of production. I don't know if they have an in-house production team. These probably are the in-house producers. Cal Banks, Christo, Pyrex. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who the in-house producers are, but it's a lot of names up and down the sheet. And I try to show the producers love every time I do one of these, if I can. Next song, number 14, Sunset, produced by Chase the Money and Pyrex. It's a striking piano riff with electronic hand claps and a bouncy West Coast bassline synth. To me, Cole starts it off again. The rhyme is hard. It sounds like Cole got a chip on his shoulder. It sounds like he got around all these young kids and they just spitting bars, bars, bars. This dude wanted to get back to bars. He got off the, Sleepy Cole, all the little stuff they be saying. J. Cole music is to put you to sleep. Like, oh man, when I take it like a NyQuil. I guess he got tired of hearing that and he went bars. He's going hard bars again. Sound like a dude right out the hood, just real hungry. This dude sound mad hungry. Then get to a level you're so good at it, you don't even have to really try too hard. It's just coming out your brain like water. And that dude is doing his thing. Yes, it's a lot going on with this song, but I don't think it's a whack song by no stretch of the means. Number 15, Got Me, featuring Ty Dolla $ign and Ari Lennox. She's on another song, produced by MD Beats, Oz, and Deputy. This is a slow tempo. Like I said, this album's all over the place. That was one of my first critiques of it. But every song individual in and of itself works. It's a slow tempo, very late night hype. It's a girl joint, sex joint, R&B joint. It's one of them type of joints. The synths and keys are very midnight music. You know what I'm saying? Turn the lights down low. The vocals complement the low bass line and the Roger Troutman type keys. Those who know who Roger Troutman is, you will hear it in this. It sounds like some Roger Troutman type of material. Or some old SWV, some old Jagged Edge, just some late 90s with an old school spin on it. And once again, these dudes, they're mixing these R&B vocalists with these rappers, and it does not sound, it sounds right. We're in an era where you can sing for 2 verses and then start rapping and then start singing and then rapping again, and it'll all flow because everybody's into all of it. They're into the singing and the rapping at the same time. At one point, you couldn't do all that on these rap songs. You had to be rapping or singing. You couldn't be doing all this mixing and matching. But these guys are in a perfect era for what they're doing. They're doing it right. I like this song again too. And they got multiple producers doing multiple things, and it's still working. Next song, Middle Child, produced by J. Cole and T Minus. Everybody already heard that. I don't need to critique that. It's a good song. It came out. It was #1. This is why the album was already #1 before it dropped. So we're going to keep it moving. Next song, number 17, PTSD, produced by Camel B. It's one or the other. Camel B or Camel B. I'm going to gamble that it's one of them two. Hands down, my favorite track on this entire CD. PTSD slap. Bro, I'm telling you, this is my joint right here. I favorited this song. I didn't favorite any other song. So that means I'm going to be going back listening to this long after I'm listening to this album. I'm going to be putting this in the mix. This is my joint right here. It got rolling snares with a bouncy, jazzy sample. It feels very diddy bop melodic. The vocals are retrospective and triumphant to me. The samples, if there are samples, I could be saying samples, they could be playing this for all I know, but it sounds like they have samples and live instrumentation as well. It's just magic to me. Some of the best flows and lyrics on the entire album to me. This saved the album for me. It made this album, it took it up a notch. It just rocks, man. You know what I'm saying? This was made for me and the brethren like me. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful riffs at the end that just accentuate what we already heard. It's just silky, but it's not soft. It's very hieroglyphics. I don't know if you know who hieroglyphics is or Outkast. Like the bass line of Outkast. I love live bass lines. Like I could just listen to a live bass line for 2 hours. Just that alone. It pushes the album grade up for me. It's just dope. This is a dope record. If you are into the type of music I'm into, you will find this to be one of the best songs on here. Next song, last but not least, number 18, Sacrifices, produced by Groove. It's another dope song. It follows up a dope song. It's just engineering magic. This whole album was engineered very well. Shout out to the engineer. I should have wrote his name down, but shout out to this dude. It's a lot of names all through this album, and it's quality. It's very mellow. The bass line is plucked to sound to me, but it's steady. Beautiful guitar picks. The marching type snare, it just matches it. The first rapper sets the tone all the way through to the last rapper. This is a dope song. It's a dope way to end this album. I'm going to say this. I do still think it was all over the place. And I do still think some of these guys are just getting their feet wet with rapping, and it shows, and it is what it is. I'm going to give this album a B+++. That's what I'm giving this album. It is a good album. It's quality. I don't want you to think it's not good because I didn't say A or what have you. But for a compilation with all this many voices and all this many different directions they're going, he did a very good job just wrangling it in. Some of the stuff I know was thrown on here from other people's projects. It is what it is. It made it what it is. So, like I said, this is a quality album. Shout out to Cole for doing. A lot of dudes don't get credit for what they do. So if he wasn't doing what he's doing for these dudes, you know what they be doing? Complaining. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had to do no compilation. All he could have did. They always say these artists don't know how to deal with another artist. They always say these artists don't know how to. Don't ever sign to another artist. Jay is proving that. Just proving that wrong. This sounds like about 5 different artists and groups combined right here. So he put a compilation out. Now it's on you, bro. Nobody want to hear this no more. That Cole ain't do this, Cole ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? He put you out there. Now it's time for you to grab that baton and run, bro. My name is Chuck Wick Ill, a.k.a. Charles Brown. Thank y'all for watching. I'll be right back with another one because something just came out today. wow, when I review this gonna be crazy. But I catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.